Hi, I'm Dana Wiggins. I'm the president and CFO of Curly Family Homes, and today is Foundation Friday. So we are laying the foundation with mortgage conversation, and we have brought in Theresa Garcia with Movement Mortgage to speak on how we can help our buyers get qualified for a mortgage.
Excited to be here today, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Can you explain the difference between a pre-qualification, sometimes called a pre-qual, and a pre-approval?
Yeah, those terms are they're interchangeably mixed up. A pre-qualification is where basically a loan officer has received a credit application and pulled credit.
Okay.
And they're basing that pre-qualification off of the customer's representation of their income, their assets, that sort of thing.
So essentially the customer buyer has just, well, maybe not verbally, but
Right.
they've stated to you in some way that they make this amount of money, they have X amount of debt, and you're basing the pre-qual off of that information versus verifying the information. Okay.
So the pre-qual would be just based off of the face of the application and a cursory review of the credit report.
Okay.
That would be a pre-qualification. A pre-approval is a deeper review. In a pre-approval status, typically the loan officer has requested income documents such as a pay stub, W-2. They may have even completed a verification of employment. In some cases, not always, they'll need tax returns. That's a little more rare. For most folks who are hourly or salaried with no sort of rental properties, we need just basically pay stubs and W-2s in order to qualify to pre-approve that borrower at that higher status. The good thing about doing that is when you are looking to submit a contract as a client, when the seller knows that you've been pre-approved versus pre-qualified, which is a surface review, it puts you in a much better position because the seller knows that you've secured financing, that you're able to purchase this property. So it makes you a much more bona fide contender for that home.
Okay. And for a buyer looking to purchase a home and get it financed, what could they do to help themselves before getting pre-qualified or pre-approved?
That's a great question. I think, number one, what I would encourage the buyer to do is to find a reputable lender, someone who has been in the industry for quite a while. It's always good to do local because, we work in the communities where we're with other people that are our neighbors, our friends. I think, secondly, having your paperwork together. The basic information that most lenders are going to need is 30 days pay stubs and the last 2 years W-2s. And then they're going to want to start out with 1 month of statement for wherever your money is coming from, your down payment. Down payment can come from several places, depending on the loan product. But some great examples would be obviously checking and savings, any other financial assets that you had along those lines. A lot of times people forget that if you have a 401k, that can be a great source of down payment. And in order to help themselves would be to have an idea, have their paperwork together so that when they do make the application, they're able to send the lender what they need so that we can move through that process quickly, review their loan programs, and answer those 3 questions that most homeowners want to know when it comes to this. Number one, what's my monthly payment? We all budget and live by our monthly mortgage payment. So that's a great first piece of information. The second one is, what's my cash out of pocket? What's it going to cost me to get into this new home? And typically once we've got those 2, the third question is, so you think I'll be approved? So we want to be able to answer all of those so that when the home buyer goes out and selects the home, that they know that it's within their budget, it's very comfortable for them, and they know what to expect when it comes to monthly payment and any cash outlay they may need to make.
Right, yeah, they can search for their home with confidence, really.
Right.